tracks from albums that people couldn't stop listening to. Hey, go away, Marty. We've finished. We've done that bit. And I'll come right back after this and tell you what that was all about.
Are you ready to get fit as fork? Want to lose weight and get fitter without counting calories, points, sins, or any of that shit? By concentrating on when you eat, you'll be amazed at the results. Get Fit as Fork from £20 per month. Get started via the Fit as Fork Facebook page. Let's forking go.
Hey, let's forking go, people. So, Jessica, I was laughing then because Craig has commented, because you've shared the post onto the networking group, and he's got Craig Hartley said the sex toy story is on the radio, and a big laugh on it. well, it's Duggystone Radio, you see.
Yep, the sex toy story is on the radio.
And if you don't know what that is, people, well, you better re-eat wine, as Craig David said. Re-eat wine. Or go and listen to us on SoundCloud. I'll be on later on. Or watch the previous video to this one if you're watching the video. It's very complicated. I've got a thing ahead here, Jessica. I've got a thing ahead because I've got all sorts.
I don't know how you do it. Well done.
Well, I've been running this morning. It's a bit boring, but you won't be able to see it because you're only seeing my Zoom camera, but I've got 3 cameras in the studio. One in front of me, which is off the computer. That one you're watching there, and then for the benefit for other people, I've got another camera here, which I can talk to on, and that'll be on the video as well. So it's a bit busy. It's a bit busy.
I like it. It's a good setup. I've just got my laptop and a microphone.
Right, and that's what we're going to talk about next, because you're obviously one of the reasons I brought you on. We had a chat on Friday, and you potentially going to do podcasting and a radio show.
Yes, I've started a podcast, so I run.
That's right.
And I'm quite regularly featuring on other people's podcasts because I like to be interviewed. Yeah. So I've been reaching out to people and getting booked in. And I've got a phone call this afternoon with a local radio station, Bexhill Radio, near where I live, and they're looking for presenters. Brilliant. So they're interested in having me run a kind of health and well-being show, I think, great. Kind of community-based, getting the public interacting, helping people with a focus on their mental health, because it's important right now. Well, it's always important, but especially right now.
So she's going to be on Bexhill Radio. And we're promoting another radio station on my radio station, which is absolutely bonkers. But we've not got a health and well-being show. And if you're into health and well-being, then go and see Jessica at Bexhill Radio. That's what it's all about. And what you just said then about having all I've got is my laptop. When I first got into radio and podcasting, all I had was a laptop, and I've still got my original microphone up there, which plugged into my laptop was USB. That's all I had. And I think people they might look at stuff like this setup. This has took me quite a few years to sell, because it takes a lot of money, a lot of time and effort. But it's like, why do I need? You don't need to have 3-4 cameras. I'm working off 3 screens here. I've got 3 screens. I've got a mixer. You don't need all that to start off with. But as you go on, you add stuff when you need stuff. Do you know what I mean? So quite quickly, I realised that I needed a mixer for some of the stuff that I wanted to do, to bring in phone calls and things like that. And if you want to talk about that off in air, I'll tell you how to do that. Yeah. So if you were doing it from home, you could get a mixer, and for about 80 quid, you've got to get the right one. About 80 quid, and you can connect to it with a few cables, and you'll be able to bring phone calls in as well. So or you'll be able to do this sort of stuff.
That sounds like fun. I'll have to. I'll speak to you off air about that. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah, but I think you made a very valid point there. People see the end result, they see the champion, the success, whatever it might be, and it intimidates them. They think, I can't do that. But we all start somewhere. Like you started with one laptop, I started with one press up, and people don't see the journey. They just see the end result, which is the product of many years, lots of time, lots of money, and developing a skill. You don't just wake up in the morning and go, well, hey, I'm a successful radio presenter. You have to learn how to do it.
You do. And I don't profess to be the world's best. But what I do, I believe I try and create something that I would listen to. And I do listen to my own show, which is sad, I know, but I would listen to my own show. And that's what I try and create. Because, do you know, if I like it, well, someone else might like it. Some people hate it, but I don't care about that either. That's dead. There's how many billion people in the world is there? 8 billion people in the world. Well, I don't want to be friends with everybody. Not everyone's going to get me, are they? So same as I don't like everybody. There's quite a lot of people I don't like, to be honest with you. I can't stand their face, can't stand the sight of them. But I think you're getting on stuff because you're interesting and intriguing. And I've only come across the last couple of weeks from a networking group, and straight away I don't know what it is, but I gravitated towards you and I thought this person's interesting. I'd like to know a bit more about this person.
It's usually kickboxing that draws people in, but as you said, sex toys and sex sells. But that's not actually what I do.
Well, we know that. We know that. Well, we know that. We better go through that again, haven't we? It's just in case.
It does draw people's attention in. And what you were saying about not everybody likes everybody, and some people I'm not going to appeal to everybody. You're not going to appeal to everybody.
No.
But here we are talking because something made us connect. Something, I don't know. It was probably that post. But what was I going to say? I don't even know now. That it doesn't matter. If you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. And if you're true to yourself, the right people will like you, basically.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you try and be false and try and pretend to be something that you're not because you're afraid of upsetting a person, then you're going to end up upsetting a lot more people in the long run, including yourself.
Yeah, it's probably worse. It's probably worse being fake because people we can sniff it out, can't we? We can sniff fakeness and from a mile away, and so people will turn off from you. I try not to swear on air, but when I'm doing if anyone's watched my Facebook lives, I swear all the time. My wife goes mad when I'm in the house. She goes, "Stop swearing," but it's just especially when I don't even know how I do it on the station, and I manage to keep it down. But as soon as the station goes off, I'm effing and jeffing everywhere, and I think it's just I don't know where I started work. I used to be a butcher, and there's all that in there, and I think it's a way of expressing yourself. And I don't care. But you can't do that. You can't swear. Well, who's making these rules up for you? Eh? I don't give a rat's ass if people don't like me swearing. Go somewhere else who does. Go to someone else who doesn't swear. Probably boring as shit. So do you know what I mean? I'm being true to me and what I want to do. And like I say, if people get offended by anything I put online, which I'd never mean to be offensive. Unless someone's offensive to me, but I never go out to be offensive. But if anyone's offended by it, that's down to them, not down to me. So you talk. So if people want to get hold of you, what's the best way to get hold of you? Because I think people will be intrigued by what you've got to do and what you've got to say.
Well, my website's got everything on it. So iamfightingfit.co.uk. And that's got the podcast, that's got my blogs, it's got my Facebook group, my email. However people want to reach out to me, they can connect with me.
Brilliant.
They can jump in my inbox. I'm inviting them to.
Yes, you can jump in for that. If you want to buy my stuff, jump in my inbox all day. Know what's named. People don't know what was really funny the other day, because I know a lot of people. I'm going to play a track and I want you to stay around because we'll do another section. You'd sent me a message last week. And I was busy doing something, and I know that many people, and in my head it dropped in. Oh, Jessica, she's the bag of the sex toys. So I sent one back saying, "Yeah, great to connect with you, but don't send me any dick pics." Yeah, and then afterwards you went, "Pardon," and I'm like, "Oh God, is it the right person? Have I just sent that to a young lady?" And she's going to think I'm some sort of freak. Why is he sending me this? And then afterwards, thank God it was the right person. But that's I think straight away that people understand exactly what I mean when I say something. And obviously it doesn't always work. And people go, what's he?
I'm not easily offended though. So it's
no.
Like you said about, I grew up in pubs. I've grown up in pubs all my life. Yeah, so although I don't swear that much, there's not a lot I haven't heard.
Excellent. But yeah, that was a bit of oh no, I've sent it to the wrong person. She's going to think I'm a weirdo. Right, let's play your track. And if you can stay around, we'll stay around for another section and then we'll let you get on with your day. But I'm sure you're going to be an absolute blast. So when we come back, let's talk about what you're going to be talking about on that show, etc., and what you're trying to achieve and where people can find you for that and etc. You know all that sort of stuff. So he said the album was by Avril Lavigne, and what it's done this morning. I've put this post on two groups. What's the album you listen to? And I can tell we've got some old gits tuned in and on the station, because we've got everything from the Beatles and things like that. So we've actually got some modern stuff on, because this is the age group we've got on.
Can I just say I don't actually like the song very much. This was what 11-year-old me liked.
Well, we're going to play it anyway, just to remind you when you was 11, and it might take you back to some dark places and realise what you were like then.
Maybe I was 10, but this was when I was a young teenager, angry with the world.
Well, while this is on, I want you to take a good hard look at yourself and have a chat with your younger person and say, hey, what was you on about, girl? Right, let's have this.